So good morning, YouTube. This is gonna be a kind of like get ready with me. I'm not gonna do too much talking because I may decide to do a voiceover. Um, moisturizing my face. So I hope you guys are. This is Mother's Day, so hopefully you guys woke up feeling happy on Mother's Day. So happy Mother's Day. Um, yeah. So I'm just gonna do my normal routine, and because I'm exhausted, I cooked last night, so me eyes are a little tired. I mean, and I'm tired too, not just my eyes, but I think my eyes are tired too. Yeah, so then, okay. Not sure what we're gonna do today, but we're gonna roll with it. I'm gonna get started by brushing my eyebrows down. As you saw, I kind of already primed them. This is just getting them ready for the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in dark brown. I'm not going to speed through any of this video, I don't think, only because I kind of wanted you guys to see just the time that it takes to get your face done. I forgot to prime my eyelids. This is by Fergie Wet n Wild Take on the Day eyeshadow primer. I like that primer. It's kind of inexpensive. Well, it is inexpensive, not kinda. And it has done a great job of helping me keep my eyeshadow in place all day. I don't have an issue with it. And now I'm going to go in with the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in dark brown and kind of outline my eyebrows a little bit. I just wanted you guys to kind of see that it does take time and you can't just rush through any of the steps if you want a good makeup look, especially for Sundays. That's just like my day to have a little fun with myself. And as I said before, part of the grooming is, of course, to go get your eyebrows actually done. And I had mine done last week, and I've been using that technique of kind of lifting my eyebrow where I need that little arch to kind of be. I have one naturally, and I just kind of reinforce the shape with the Dip Brow Pomade. And if you don't have eyebrows, I think this is probably one of the better products to use. So I've used, I've outlined my eyebrows. Now it's time for some cleanup. And I'm taking my Anastasia Contour Cream Kit, and I kind of mixed that cream color and the cinnamon together just a little bit to do my under eye highlight. I normally use the NYX Contour Kit, but I need a new one. And really, to be perfectly honest with you, I like the Anastasia. I've fallen back in love with this cream contour kit. I don't know. Maybe because maybe I wasn't using it correctly before. But I just like the way it finishes. It has a good consistency. And I just found it a whole lot easier to work with. It's not drying at all. I've heard that, well, to me, it doesn't seem that way. It seems a little creamy to me, and I like it, especially for the eyebrows. And I do the over the eyebrow highlight, which by the time you finish your foundation, as I've said before, you won't really be able to tell that that's even there. That just kind of helps me create the tail end, define it a little bit better. And I do leave the end a little bit long, only because as you do your makeup, the tail end will kind of disappear. And so now I'm gonna grab that Morphe 129 brush and just kind of blend out that cream highlight that I've applied from the Anastasia cream contour kit. And I do spend the time to make sure that it's all outlined well. I don't do this every day, every time I do my eyebrows, but I do it for Sundays because that's the day that I normally take a lot of pictures with my family. So I try to make sure that they are decent and in order. Guess I'm feeling some type of way about them eyebrows. And like I said, once you get them groomed, this process is a whole lot easier. I'm only taking my time today to show you guys the kind of the detail that goes into it. And as I've said before, I do leave that part kind of long on the end, which by the time I finish with doing the eye makeup look, you will see where it is kind of tapered off, and it'll kind of match up with the end of your eye. So of course you don't want that to be extended beyond the length of your eye. So I've also been loving doing the which you'll see in just a minute. I've also been loving doing the MAC paint pot in, I think I got laying low. Let me check right quick. It's laying low. Yes. No, I'm not ready to start that part just yet. But anyway, I take a little bit of that light brown from that e.l.f. eyebrow kit just to kind of lighten the front of my eyebrows a little bit so that they don't look so harsh, to kind of make them look a little natural. And now I'm going in with that MAC paint pot and laying low, and I grabbed my BH Cosmetics brush in the number 130, and I use that to lay down the MAC and kind of blend it in at the same time. That laying low base does dry kind of fast, which is why I think I've kind of been using it a lot. You don't have to wait on it to dry. And I do go in and set it with color from the Contour and Blush BH Cosmetics palette. I use the kind of neutral shade that's in there that kind of matches the laying low. It's like a light tan color. And I'm only I'm keeping this kind of light on my eyes today because I am going to go in with a vibrant palette today. So I kind of wanted to make sure that the shadows showed up really well on my eye. And as you'll see, I'm looking for what am I looking for? Oh, my setting brush to get ready to set the powder for the eye look. And that is the Real Techniques setting brush that I'm using. I really like those brushes, Real Techniques. And to go ahead and set my eyebrows before moving on to the eyeshadow, I just took a little bit of the MAC, what is that called? Oh, I know it's the eyebrow, but I want to give you the exact, okay. The MAC brow set in the color Show Off, and it's like a dark brown, and I just use that to kind of set my eyebrows today so that they don't move. You can go in with the clear brow gel if you want. I just kind of wanted to keep it kind of brown today. And I'm showing you the first primer that I set down on my face, which is the Makeup Forever Step 1 mattifying primer. Is one of the best. You guys will love it if you're an oily girl like me, which I am. So that's why I use it, and it really does help keep the oils at bay. Oh, and that's so cute that it came with the cutest little brush, the Alice Through the Looking Glass eyeshadow palette. And I'm trying to decide what I'm going to start with. And I think that color is called Reflection. It's the first eyeshadow that I'm going to lay down. Oops. Yes, I dropped the box because I want to make sure I tell you the exact names of what I'm doing today. And I just used my fluffy BH Cosmetics brush to lay down that first color, which I said was the Reflection color. And of course, my BH Cosmetics brush number has rubbed off. I really like this brush. I'm actually going to go and see if I can order another one. It's just one of my favorites. I think it does a great job to lay down the first two I actually use it, I think, to lay down the first two transition colors. And then just spend your time blending it in. Just take your time. I'm going in with the second color, which is Dormouse, out of that same palette. I'm going to use every color for my eye today comes out of this one eyeshadow palette. I will not be using anything else. I'm showing you the Dormouse color, which is a beautiful, that's a pretty brown to transition from the light color that we just used, that reflection color. And that's really what you're trying to do, is create like a gradient effect for your eyes so that you can see the work that's put into your eye look. Like they say, the eyes are the windows to the soul. Your eyeshadow is too. Anywho, yeah, and I'm using the same BH Cosmetics brush to lay down the second transition color, which is really, really pretty. It turned out, it showed up extremely well. It did exactly what I needed to do. So next I'm going in with chessboard, and I actually used the brush that came with the eyeshadow palette from Urban Decay, and they normally give you a brush in the eyeshadow palettes when you buy them from them, which is kind of cool. And to me, that gives you that brush has the it's a little thinner, so it allows you, rather, to me, to be able to be a little more detailed in that crease. So chessboard is just a little bit darker than the Dormouse, so we're going to create a little more definition in our eye in that crease area, and that's all I'm doing. The Urban Decay brushes, of course, don't have a name, so I'm just going to call it the Alice Through the Looking Glass brush detailer in that I used, and see how it's kind of deepening in that crease area for me rather, and that brown just creates a good transition down into the eyelid shade that we're about to apply. And then, like I said, just continue to take your time and get it laid and blend it. You want to blend. So I couldn't find my milk eyeshadow. No, it's the jumbo milk pencil from NYX. So I'm just going in with the base from them, the NYX eyeshadow base in white, because the color I'm going to wear today, I just really want it to pop on my eyelid. I really do like the way the jumbo pencil works better, because you have a little more control. I should have grabbed a brush to put this down, but I just used my finger for today. So if you have that Jumbo Milk eyeshadow pencil by NYX, I highly recommend it, especially if you have to go in and add a pop of color to your lid. This does well. I just think it doesn't dry as fast as the Jumbo pencil does. And so, you know what? I'm going to pick me up a Jumbo pencil today. And the color that I'm going in with for the outer V is called Time. It is like a slate blue. It's pretty. Like, I don't have this color in like a blue purple or something. It's actually really, really gorgeous. And I just decided to use that in my outer V, just to create a little more definition before I lay down my lid color. And I really like this combination, the way it worked, with the way it played off of all the transition colors that I laid down. I'm going to play a little bit more with this palette. They have some beautiful colors in here. You can create neutrals out of this, pops of colors. I love it when there's a good mix of colors in these eyeshadow palettes. And this is, I'm looking at it now because I'm laying down Metamorphosis. So you really have to kind of take your time to get the pigment out of those, not the pigment, but take your time and lay down the color so that you can get the best payoff from that color. And of course, the white base helps. It pop on your eyelid, especially if you're kind of like a darker skin hue. Um, and as you can see, that color is so vibrant. It's just absolutely beautiful. I just can't wait to see what else I'm gonna play with. Wow, but anyway, we're focused on this look today. I'm actually looking at the eyeshadow palette now. That's why I'm tickled about what I think I'm gonna do next. I have a lot of little weddings to go to and things like that, so I can't wait to play a little bit more with this eyeshadow palette. If you don't have it, I would say even if you're not sure, it's enough colors in here for you to do so many neutrals, and a smoky with that thyme color I think would be gorgeous. And that just we know what, I just need to discuss this eyeshadow palette a little bit further because people don't think they can do more than that. Anyway, I'm going in and laying down my second primer, which is the Tarte Smooth Clean Slate Smoothing Primer. And it just kind of eliminates the pores that I have in my skin. Well, helps to kind of minimize them a little bit. And of course, for my favorite gel liner, I'm using the Inglot in the number 77. And I have found that it works extremely well with that BH Cosmetics 107 brush. The line I'm able to create a little thinner with using that BH Cosmetics number 107 brush. And so now I'm really feeling this Inglot eyeliner gel in the number 77. At first I was like, I'm not sure, but sometimes it just takes finding the right tool to make it work. And I didn't want to take away from my blue, so I was able to create kind of a thin line on my eye, and so that blue could still just pop against the black, which I thought was a great combination for today. And once again, as with most things, you just have to take your time. And I know that pulling your eye like that really helps me out. So I hope that if you're having an issue with the gel liners, like I'm still not a big girl enough to do the liquid liner just yet. But you know what? I may practice it today to see if I can conquer that. And I think that's one of the greatest challenges about doing makeup or doing your face, is finding ways to overcome some of the issues that you think you have. And the only way to really do that is to practice. And see, I made a boo-boo. I realized that blue, I had lost the intensity on that side. So all I'm doing, and my eyeliner was just a little thick. So I went ahead and dipped that Urban Decay brush back into Metamorphosis and just kind of laid it along the gel liner line, just to kind of try to bring some of that intensity back to my eye. And what I should have done was just really pat that in instead of moving it across the eye like that. But anyway, you can see that color is simply gorgeous. And don't be afraid to kind of do some pops of color on your eye. Just take your time and blend it. The next thing I'm doing is I'm doing a little color correction, and I am using the Warm Coral out of the Anastasia Cream Contour Cream Kit. As I said, I've fallen back in love with this palette. This just kind of aids me before I get ready to lay down any foundation to kind of blur some of those dark spots that I have on my face. And as you can tell, it doesn't make you look orangey. It just kind of a natural kind of correction. I really do like the way this goes on before I do the foundation. I'm just double checking and adding some more blue because I still do not like it. But oh well, it happens. See, I'm realizing I probably should have just pat instead of sweep, because it did not ever really just pick up the way I wanted it to. But you know, gotta roll on with it sometimes. Mine is not going to be perfect. I still have fun with that eyeshadow. I'm really, really, really feeling that eyeshadow palette. Sorry. What am I looking for? Woo. Found it. So I'm taking my baby. This is really my baby, you guys. I am so happy to have this Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation stick for Sundays, because it just doesn't take a lot of time once you kind of lay your foundation down. Make sure you're using a damp beauty blender to apply your foundation. To blend in this foundation. It just makes the process so much easier. It does not take away from the coverage. And this is probably one of the best matches I've had in a long time as far as color range on my face. Just so happy with this foundation stick. I hope they don't ever not make it and don't change the formula. And Makeup Forever is a great brand. If you've had any issues with foundation, I would definitely say go to Sephora and check them out. If you're not comfortable with the stick, I know that this does come in a liquid. And I'm getting ready to start my concealing phase, my two-step. I'm showing you that I go in first with Dark Golden from Naked Skin Urban Decay. This has quickly become my holy grail for Sundays. The Urban Decay Naked Skin Weightless Complete Coverage Concealer. I use two. I use the Dark Golden and the Dark Neutral. I use Real Techniques to blend out the first concealer. And while that's drying, because you do want to let it dry before you go in with the second concealer, I'm going to do a little contouring. And I'm pulling out once again my Anastasia Contour Cream Kit. And I'm using that color Chocolate. If you wanted to go a little bit deeper, to me this just creates enough of a definition where it's not harsh. And of course, let me find the brush. What are they calling that brush that I'm going to use to... Hold on 1 second. I think it's called the sculpting brush. Well, no, the brush that I'm using to lay down the contour is called the concealer brush. Perfect name. It has a point on it. You can't really tell from here, but it has a thin enough point on it for you to be able to get more control about how you lay down that contour. And the brush I'm using to blend everything out is from Real Techniques. It is their sculpting brush. I use this because it has that angle on it and it doesn't spread the contour to me wide. It just kind of blends it in and kind of keeps it where you need it to be. And see how it just kind of blends into the skin instead of creating over creating that contour. It kind of just blends in the line that you've created, and the bristles on the brush move really well. And so I've gone in and laid down my second concealer, which is the Dark Neutral, and I've taken a second beauty blender, which is what you want to do, and I'm just patting that in to the skin, and it's all done. So now once those two concealers are laid down, I do go in with Ulta pressed setting powder in Banana, and I grab the BH Cosmetics brush in the number, hold on 1 second, let me grab the number for you guys. Just in case you're interested in these brushes, I love them. BH Cosmetics number 125 to set that. And now I'm going to go in and set with my favorite setting powder, the Ultra Mineral Setting Powder in, oh, it's just the Ultra Mineral Setting Powder. And this has become one of my other holy grails. I have not used any other setting powder since I found this one. I have stocked up on it because I just am so in love with it, and I don't want to run out, especially when Ulta does 2 for 2 or 2 for 1. Okay, so I'm extremely late. So as usual, this is really the final look. I don't have any lipstick on, I know, but I will try to insert the picture so you can see. It's probably going to be a nude lip though. Nothing too fancy, but you know, it is what it is. And you guys have a great Sunday. My Marc Jacobs, of course. Ending with my Marc Jacobs. Always takes forever to do your eyelashes. I'll see you guys in a couple days.